What's up, guys? This is Pop Survives with a firelight moment of reflection. I find myself about 8,000 feet up on top of Jemez Springs, overlooking this beautiful valley. We're on a ridge onto this little edge here. And it's been a very relaxing afternoon. This morning, we woke up with the sunrise about 6:30. All night drive, all day drive through Oklahoma, all the way through the state of Texas, all the way up to Jemez. New Mexico, Jemez Springs. We're 5 miles, 5 minutes south of the trailhead for the hot springs, and we found a little picnic ground where we camped last night, and really just the coolest, crisp air. The stars were out. The van is really treating us good, and it's time to slow down, start really enjoying all of the little turnoffs and forest roads. Time to do some exploring, maybe break my phone out a little bit more, do a little bit more sharing, videoing. Let's go. We found ourselves in the apex between two little creeks, a little peninsula, if you will, with a little help with some exploration from my friend. We found the convergence of those two rivers, which is a really cool and powerful thing. We bravely made our way out, leapfrogging from small rock to larger rocks. Into the middle of the convergence, where we took some time to just reflect on the beauty of these ice-cold streams flowing from these mountains. We chose the destination up here in an effort to make our way to a primitive hot springs, and we were quite successful. We arrived at the parking lot probably about 9 a.m. Great start. Letting us know we were indeed in the right spot. It does remind me that how grateful I am for the technology and the connectivity, because the destination that we chose, we acquired while sitting on Lake Eufaula, Oklahoma, just the day before. Okay, taking a quick pause here to talk about our little night and drive. We stayed at this lake in Oklahoma. First, what we did was we drove through the campsite and thought maybe we could get away with not staying there at the state campground, and tried this little boat ramp. But approximately 9 o'clock at night, a police officer came tapping on our window and said that we couldn't stay the night there. So we ended up moving back to the state campground and found a little spot. It was late, but we figured it out. Used this little QR code to pay the $25 to camp in this little spot out of the way, back in the corner. And then in the morning, woke up and made our way to the showers and bathrooms there, which was actually quite convenient. After getting cleaned up and with a little bit of research, we found that there was a disc golf course right there called Hummingbird Disc Golf Course at Hummingbird Beach, with another little parking lot. So we decided to make our coffee there and play a quick round of disc golf. This was a real treat for me, getting to show off my strong throwing arm and play a round of golf with my new friend. combined with a scramble format, and the two of us scored even par through 9 holes. And once this round was done, I got a little exercise at the playground, and we got back on the road. Once we hit the road, we were just trying our best to cover some ground, and made our way all the way through Oklahoma and all the way through Texas, and decided to stop for a little sunset. And turns out we were on historic Route 66 and pulled off at this beautiful little deserted motel for a little bit of a photo shoot.
Oh, wow. Wow, the sunset is amazing.
This fun little stop ended up being one of the most memorable, just impromptu setting of the sun on historic Route 66, and well worth our time. One of the most amazing parts of this journey is exploring into unknown lands, unknown mountains and roads. But with the help of technology, we have that little bit of comfort, a little bit of guidance, and the knowledge of so many other people to help us along the way. However, it's still the best is that local knowledge. We decided to delay our coffee making. We could have made coffee when we woke. We could have made coffee in the parking lot of the springs, but we decided to take a bag with us up to the springs and enjoy our coffee while soaking in probably one of my favorite locations that we made coffee. The beautiful, naturally fed water coming out of the side of the mountain. Halfway up the mountain, which was just a short walk, we ran into the gentleman on his way back down already, and we asked him, "What's going on up there?" And he was like, "Well, it's warm, but I'm too lazy." And we're like, "You mean it was too hot?" And he's like, "No, it's just not hot enough." So not knowing what to expect, of course, we had to continue our way for a while on our own. The first pool was well made, big rocks, deep, a little bit of algae, but not too hot. Fortunately, just above it, as in there are many natural primitive springs, there was another pool with a beautiful sandy rock bottom, big rocks lining it, probably 2 to 3 feet deep in most places, and a warm body temperature, probably just above 95 degrees, maybe 98.6. Perhaps, though, the highlight was a little grotto, a cave. This is the entrance, and this is the view from inside. In the back of the big pool with a small opening where you have to crawl through. But once inside, it opens up and expands into almost a steam bath in there. A cave, shallow water, just a foot deep, beautiful sandy bottoms, felt great on the body, clean. You could not smell any of the sulfur or any of that weird smell. It was a very clean mineral hot springs, and just an amazing way to start our day. And what I had been searching for and hoping for the whole trip was to stumble upon some new hot springs, and just the first, hopefully, of many. We still have about a week left. So after making our way back down, enjoying coffee and sharing an apple, he guided us actually further up the mountain. He asked us where we were headed next, and we let him know we didn't know. And he told us about a caldera up here and a lake, and described the mountains a bit, and no doubt inspired us to continue to climb up the mountain. And in fact, we made it to the top, and that's where we are now. At the top of the mountain, as we were driving, we came across a little forest road, and in my mind, I turned around, we passed it, and I'm like, this road looks like it's leading to a nice vista. I would love a view. I feel like we're on top of the mountain. In fact, we were, and we were starting to head down. And I just want to say this. Sometimes it's important to turn around, to just slow down and turn around and go check something out. Because how many times have you guys driven past How many times have I driven past something cool and then regretted not taking the time to go check it out? So we did that. We found the next safe turnoff, turned around, and started exploring down the gravel, bumpy road, car hiking, which is a new expression that I've learned. And after pulling over and coming across the first actual primitive dispersed camping spots, knowing that we were in the right spot, came to a little spot where I thought we would go for a little hike and find a view. Ran into a lovely couple up there in search of a Christmas tree. I saw her walking, carrying a bag, and I asked her, "Are you collecting something up here?" Fascinated with what might be on the ground, rocks, nuts, decorative things, possibly for some artwork. And she said, in fact, no, I'm picking up trash. But in my mind, in fact, she was collecting. However, the trail did not look like it was going to provide the scenic outlook that we were looking for. So we decided to make our way further up the road in search of the view from the top. And I would say that, in fact, we lucked out and came across a really cool spot with some beautiful views, 3 different established fire pits right on the ridge, one ridge looking east and one ridge looking west, and began to reminisce. In case anybody was wondering where we are, we're at 2100 Jemez Lane. We're about to go check it out. Okay, just a casual observation. We're at the end of 2100 Jemez Lane, and someone really cared a lot about this spot. This is their little home away from home, and it's in nature, and it's free to everyone, and I'm glad I stumbled across this little spot. This is the spot here where I would probably choose to camp. Before I went searching for big stuff, I'd poach any little stuff that was laying around.
Nice find.
Look what I found. Listen to this sound. That's good wood, baby. What it would be like to pull the van up and spend the day and spend the night at this beautiful little spot in the magical mountains of New Mexico. And that, as I was dreaming of what that would be like, it was suggested that we just go for it. And without any hesitation, I knew that was going to be the move. Backed the van right in, made our beautiful little camp. I'm gonna show you guys. Look at that. We've got a little cooking table there and our chairs and the music's going, and I really enjoy sharing with you guys, and I hope you enjoy, and I hope you guys all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night whenever you're watching this. Cheers and peace out. And happy Thanksgiving to all that are watching this today.